guys, welcome to the podcast. It's Eileen here, and today I wanted to talk to you about how you should stop waiting for somebody to pick you and go ahead and pick yourself. What do I mean by that? Well, we're going to dive in, but I want to ask you a question. Have you ever felt like it would take a miracle to get to your destiny in God? Like you're supposed to do something significant, something impactful, influential, leave a mark that can't be erased, but it feels like it would just take a total miracle to get you from here to there. Almost like there's a huge chasm between what you see in the mirror every day and where you're headed and what you know you're meant to do. I love this quote by William James, and it says, "Compared to what we ought to be, we are only half awake." What's he saying? You and I have more potential in us than we can even comprehend. So I want to talk to you and give you 3 tips to stay motivated to go after your purpose. You know, statistics say that 1 in 10 Americans now are facing depression and low mood. Some of it's not medicated, but they're calling it dysthymia, which is a low-grade depression. I know for me, when I was in my 20s, I too experienced dysthymia and low-grade depression. And I can remember sitting on my couch and just thinking, man, am I ever going to feel good enough and do some of the great things that I sensed in my heart I was meant to do? But friends, to be honest, I didn't. I just lived average for years and just battling these low moods and I think perhaps even chemical imbalance in my mind, but I didn't know how to get out of it. And then I came across a few scriptures and a few thoughts, which we're going to share with you today, that literally really helped me. One of the scriptures is in Proverbs 29:18. It says, "Without prophetic vision, the people cast off restraint." What that's saying is when you don't have a vision, like a blood-pumping, exciting vision to get you up out of bed in the morning, you cast off restraint, which means you don't have any guardrails or boundaries. You just kind of are wandering from here to there, even battling sometimes with addictions or low self-esteem, low confidence. You have no restraint. You've got no focus of where you're going. So you just don't do anything. And then I heard this phrase, and it's this: procrastination is the assassination of your destination. What that means is when we don't take steps toward our purpose, depression can grow even greater because we're procrastinating. Experts call it the decay of delay. And the longer you wait to do something, stepping out in the dreams and the purposes and the goals in your heart, you experience this decay of delay, and it causes you to stay stagnant, stay mediocre, stay average. But I know if you're watching this today, that is not you. So let me give you 3 quick tips about how you can just get motivated and start moving toward your purpose and beat that depression. Number 1, stop waiting for someone to pick you and go ahead and pick yourself. I think I was sitting on the couch playing average because I was waiting for somebody to come over and knight me or sort of acknowledge or affirm or say that I was gifted or talented. I was waiting for somebody else to validate when God has already done that. In fact, the Great Commission is your permission to go out and to do the things that God is telling you to do. Number 2, to get this statement changed my life. Somebody in need is on the other side of your obedience. Someone in need is waiting for you to step out and to do the things that God's called just you to do. I also heard it put this way, that how many thousands of people lay on the other side of your obedience? On the other side of that decision, that phone call, stepping out, writing the thing, making the proposal, doing the presentation, applying for the promotion, how many people lie on the other side of you obeying God? And number 3, prepare to get uncomfortable a lot. What do I mean by that? Well, check this out. I want you to go ahead and fold your hands and go ahead and just look down and see which thumb lays on top. All right, I can see my left is. I don't know about you. You can let me know in the comments which thumb lays on top. Unhook your hands, then go ahead and do it the other way, but put the other thumb, making sure the opposite thumb now lies on top. How does that feel to you? Feels weird, right? Uncomfortable? That is the number one reason why people do not achieve their destiny. It is too uncomfortable. But friends, the more you and I get comfortable with being uncomfortable, the more you and I are going to achieve those wild dreams that God has for you and I. Think about when you first started driving. It was awkward, right? You didn't know where to put your eyes, where to put your hands. If you had a stick shift, you're like, what do I do? You don't know which foot to move forward first. It can be crazy. But after a while, within a year, you can be driving with one hand, reach in the back seat with your makeup bag, or disciplining your kids, whatever. You can do many other things because it's now so easy. So get uncomfortable. I know in my case, I feel uncomfortable all the time, continually. Just make friends with being uncomfortable. And lastly, friends, I just want to encourage you, someone is in need on the other side of your obedience. Zig Ziglar says this in closing: you don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. I love you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to this channel. I want to keep you encouraged to go after those dreams, dream some wild dreams, and I know that you can do it. I love you. Bye.